Poke Nerds, welcome in. What a fun day it is for Pokemon fans across the globe. Pokemon TCG Pocket has dropped its second expansion, Space Time Smackdown. I'm going to get into my thoughts on this, sort of a review on it, if you will. Informal review, certainly. But my thoughts, general thoughts on this new set that features Gen 4 Pokemon heavily. It's got a bunch of 2-diamond illustration cards, some immersive 24 1-diamond illustration cards. It's got a lot to offer, and it's a very exciting set. And I know I had been saving up those pack points to open up as much as I possibly could. Hopefully y'all been doing the same. I know maybe not TCG Pocket, not for everyone, but I'm certainly a huge fan of it, so I wanted to talk about it here on the channel, and hopefully y'all enjoy it just as much as I do. So looking at this set, I think you have to start with the 2-diamond illustration cards, which are essentially the special illustration rares of the set. You've got Yanmega, which is a awesome composition. Don't know if the sun is setting or rising. Gonna go with rising in the background there, but really cool card. Yanmega EX. Infernape EX looks unbelievable. I think this card is also going to be super competitive to play with Moltres decks. You can do 140 damage with 2 fire energy. Infernape EX looks like he's kind of riding a maybe a volcanic rock. Pretty unbelievable art there. You've also got Pachirisu EX, the lightning Pokemon that I think will go nicely with Pikachu decks, maybe by itself as well. Can do 80 damage when you attach a Pokemon tool, which, yes, there are now Pokemon tools in the TCG Pocket. I wonder if we're eventually going to see stadiums as well, but we do have 3 tools now, I believe. Those are highly impactful. Looking at the rest of these special illustration rare cards, Miss Magus, really cool art. You've got the kind of flower borders, creepy flower borders. And you can do 70 damage and confuse your opponent with 2 psychic energy. I think that card will certainly be playable. You've got Gallade EX coming in, can do 70 plus. This attack does 20 more damage for each energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon. And this illustration is absolutely sick. Gallade, one of the coolest Pokemon, the male version of Gardevoir. You've got Weavile EX. This illustration card it's terrifying. You've got a bunch of Weavile huddled around, waiting to pounce on their prey. A poor little Swinub down there. But Weavile is also a really effective card. If your opponent's active Pokemon has damage on it, the attack does 40 damage more. So you can do 70 damage for 1 dark energy. You have 140 HP. That is pretty sick, right? You've got the Darkrai EX, which... this is like the creepiest card I've ever seen, I think. Absolutely terrifying. You've got Darkrai looking in through the window at some kids in bed, and then you've got Darkrai's shadow looking like it is about to devour the souls of those poor children. But an awesome card and a potentially meta impacting type of card here. You have 140 HP. Whenever you attach a dark energy from your energy zone to the Pokemon, you do 20 damage to your opponent's active Pokemon. You can also do 80 damage for 3 energy. It's a pretty sick card. And there's certainly some pairings with it that can make it very effective. Licky Licky EX. You've got 160 HP. Flip a coin until you get tails. This attack does 40 more damage for each heads. So it can do 100 plus damage for 4 energy. So another one of those that kind of relies on coin flips, which aren't my favorite, but you can certainly have some fun with that. You've got Palkia EX, which Palkia and Dialga are the stars of the show here. They are the 2 different packs you can get. This card is gorgeous. And you know, you've got Space Time Smackdown. You've got all sorts of crap going on here in this immersive Palkia EX card. And it's a good one. You've got 150 HP for 30 damage for 1 water energy, and then for 4 total energy, 3 water, you get to do 150 damage. Discard 3 energy from this Pokemon. This attack also does 20 damage to each of your opponent's benched Pokemon. So yeah, I mean, you can do a total of what? 210 total damage with 1 attack. And, you know, pairing Palkia up with Manaphy, and that's a new card from this set. You can check that out. And obviously Misty, that could be devastating. Dialga EX is another really cool one. Kind of takes metal to the next level. And the immersive is gorgeous as well. You're kind of going through time here. But take 2 metal energy from your energy zone and attach it to one of your bench Pokemon, plus do 30 damage for 2 metal energy. So you've got an energy generator for metal type cards. You can also do heavy impact, 100 damage for 4 total energy. And if you got 2 Dialgas, one in the active spot and one in the bench, you can really start to churn out some energy and get these things fired up. So I think it's very exciting from what I've seen so far. And obviously people will come up with a lot of different ways to play these different cards. From what I've seen so far, I still think Pikachu might be the most consistent deck, Pikachu EX, which has been the most consistent deck since the first set, Genetic Apex, coming out. You've got other decks that can challenge it certainly, but from my experience, what I've been able to experience personally and see, I think Pikachu EX with a little bit of Raichu mixed in there, doing 140 damage, Lieutenant Cert. I think that's the most effective deck consistently. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section below. But we've also got these illustration rares or 1 diamond illustration cards. You've got Tangrowth, really cute card there. Combee, cute as can be. Carnivine, Shaman, Mamoswine, Gastrodon, Manaphy, which that's one of those ones I mentioned, pairs really well with Palkia. Oceanic Gift, choose 2 of your benched Pokemon. For each of those Pokemon, take a water energy from your energy zone and attach it to that Pokemon, so you can generate some serious energy with Manaphy there. Shinx looking really cute, piled up in that pile of clothes there. You've got Rotom, you've got Drifloon, Mesprit, gorgeous card, and you've also got Azelf and Uxie in the back there, the Lake Guardians. That's amazing. You've got Giratina, which I don't know why they didn't just make that a 2 diamond card, but absolutely beautiful. You've got the Cresselia, which is kind of the opposite of Darkrai in my opinion. Really cute, really sweet card. Rhyperior looking cool, hanging out there. Lucario, that art is absolutely sick, and I think Lucario can be really impactful for fighting type decks. Attacks used by your fighting Pokemon do 20 plus damage to your opponent's active Pokemon with Lucario. I think that can help you out a lot with a fighting deck. You've got Hippopotas, looking pretty goofy. You've got Spiritomb, which I think can help with Darkrai decks. You've got Krogunk. Krogunk actually looking inside. That's a pretty creepy card. Krogunk looking inside one of those claw machines at Krogunk plushies. Wow, that's something. Heatran, this is an absolutely sick card. The composition on this is really cool. You've got Skarmory and Slugma and Rhydon and Heatran in the middle there, kind of like looking at like it's at the Earth's core, but it also kind of looks like a Pokeball as well. Really cool stuff there. The Garchomp, what a cute little Garchomp. I don't think I've ever seen a cuter Garchomp card in my life, but I think this can also be really effective in the meta potentially. You've got Garchomp that has 140 HP. It's not an EX. It can do 100 damage for 2 energy. And you've also got Cynthia and Cyrus, which are 2 big time new trainer cards. I think those are going to be the 2 most impactful trainer cards. Cynthia, during this turn, attacks used by your Garchomp or Togekiss do 50 plus damage to your opponent's active Pokemon. So you can do 150 damage for 2 energy with Garchomp. You've also got Staraptor coming in, looking really cool. That's a really awesome art with all those bird Pokemon in it. You've got Bidoof. You've got Glameow, which I've never been a fan of Glameow or Purugly personally. And then Regigigas, the last one here, which is a excellent art card. I think the artist actually absolutely knocked that one out of the park. You've also got a bunch of full art cards, which the full art cards look way better in TCG Pocket than they do in the actual Pokemon TCG. And you've also got the gold cards, which also look way better in TCG Pocket than they do in the actual Pokemon trading card game. So I think this set is pretty fantastic overall. I came up with a tier rankings earlier this week, and I'm going to judge this set based on those tier rankings. For it to be an S tier set, I think there needs to be at least 15 plus cards that I think generally speaking, most collectors would say are must-haves. And so I think you would absolutely want Mesprit having Azelf and Uxie in the background. Guardians of the Lake, I think that's definitely a must-have card. The Giratina is a must-have card. Lucario, so we're at 3 there. I would put Cresselia, but that might be a little bit biased. Even though I'm not a huge Heatran fan, I think that that card is just unbelievable. So let's say we're at 4. Garchomp, I think, puts you at 5. Garchomp, a very popular Pokemon, and that's just a really unique Garchomp type of card. And let's put Regigigas at 6. So I think among the illustration rares, if you will, the 1 diamond illustrations, you've got at least 6 that are definitely must-haves. Then you look at the special illustration rares or 2-star cards. You've got Infernape EX, which, yes, 7. Miss Magus, I think definitely that's 8. Gallade, 9. Weavile, 10. Darkrai, definitely 11. You've got Palkia and Dialga. That is 12 and 13. And then I think amongst the rest of these cards, you certainly get to 15 for the average collector. So this would be close to the bottom of S tier, like compared to Prismatic Evolution and compared to 151, Crown Zenith. I think that those sets would actually certainly outpace this set and be better sets overall. But this is a fantastic set. And the fact that you look at these cards, especially the full arts and the gold cards and the immersive cards, TCG Pocket has really taken this thing to a whole nother level. And I don't think it's replacing at all, the actual physical card game or cards, but it is supplementing in a big way. And I don't know, maybe like people's biology will change 10, 15, 20 years down the road, and people are just not going to want to have anything physical. They're just going to want everything to be digital and minimalistic and, not have actual possession. Who knows? I don't know. But right now I can tell you the actual TCG collecting, playing, it's not going anywhere. The physical cards, like, they are as popular as they have ever been. They are as expensive as they have ever been. So that's kind of my thoughts on Space Time Smackdown. A really, really cool set. Probably a little bit less enticing than the initial Genetic Apex set, which I think just had a little bit more to offer, but there are some absolutely unbelievable cards in here. I think that there's some cards that will impact the meta, but I still think Pikachu EX might reign supreme. Mewtwo EX, Mew, all that, still going to be close to the top, but I think Palkia, Dialga, Darkrai, a couple of these other cards are going to have some time in the sun here. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section below. If you enjoy the content, please like and subscribe. Y'all have a good one.